Hello. In this one, I want to talk a little bit about slowing the arrival rate. It's basically adjusting the utilization and goes to that point that utilization matters. When we slow the utilization, lambda is basically decreasing. And so let me just continue my share here and annotate just to remind you what the utilization looks like. So utilization is lambda on mu. If this goes down, then your utilization is dropping. So that's what the slowing schedule does. What we're essentially trying to do in that previous scenario that we considered is to not starve the process, but to to slow the utilization to the point where, one, we're taking advantage of the fact that folks are not arriving and getting their clock started, so the flow times are improving, but we don't want to hurt the throughput of the process, right? That's the money machine. Now, I want to get one more proposal done here, and then you may come up with additional proposals, but I'd like to see if we can start putting together some of these ideas. I've restored the arrival rate for now to 90 minutes average. So just let me show you that. There, it's back to 90. Kyle in the Thursday section proposed that we split up our patients by into 5 groups, and then have the lowest BMI get serviced on Mondays, the next 20% get serviced on Tuesdays, and so forth. Now you can break it down to 4 groups if it's a 4-day week, but the basic idea is to partition the patients so that you do not allow that variance to infect other BMI categories, and to do so in 5 groups. So I've gone ahead and I've done that here. Same idea that we had for partitioning it into 2 groups. You can see that in the first group, I've got all the underweight, the normal weight, and 5% of the overweight. That's for 20% total. I have to create, figure out a rescaled weight here, so that I get it back up to 100%, and then I can calculate the mean and the variance that way. So I'm using this rescaled weight. Let me just show you what this is. So this is a sum product of the rescaled weights here and the mean times, and then I get the squares of those rescaled weights and the variance, and I do a sum product on those, take the square root to get the standard deviation. So I'm going to work with just this one, and I'll just write it down, 97.55, and standard deviation is 7.44. Those are both in minutes. If you want to see the rest, group 2 is going to feature just overweight folks, 97.10 on that. The third group, this is going to be Wednesday, would be overweight and some obese, actually mostly obese, 111.52. So your means are going up, and so are your standard deviations. And then the final one is, actually Thursday is 20% obese, and finally on Friday you're looking at 10% obese and 10% morbidly obese, and your numbers here are significantly higher than the base case of 101 and 8. And it's possible that you could move a small amount of the load to the front of the week, so that these longer times actually make sense. But let's just see what our performance looks like if we use these reduced times. Are we able to get sort of consistently 4 surgeries done? I think that's just an interesting question. So whether you partition into 2 or 5, you could also partition it into 10, I guess, where you have different BMIs going through each of the different tracks. Those are all possibilities. Basic idea is that if there's some variance reduction afoot there, we know that's going to be a move. The question is, does that bring any real sort of pragmatic value? Is it adding an additional surgery? Okay, so let me just pull this back up. And What I want to do there is I'm going to run the 9755 for both surgeries with a standard deviation of 744. Okay, it's not a big reduction in the standard deviation, I should note. But every little bit helps, at least on the flow time. So let's run this 3 times just so we get a sense of, this is now the underweight, normal weight, and a handful of overweight folks. So just confirm our numbers are in place. Always a little leery because I don't have to press enter in this thing. So 744, 9755, and this one is the same, hopefully. Yep. Okay. And run this. This is a variance matters type lens that we're applying to generate the scenario. Oh, sorry, I killed it. I meant to enlarge it. That's the D. And we'll run it. So we're getting 4 and 4 at 187, 197. Let's try 20. Four again. The anesthesiologists seem to be utilized just about at the same level as the base case. So there's a lot of variability here. I think a lot of this depends on, when you're doing 5 or 6 patients, if you run into a morbidly obese person, it's a game changer for the day, right? Third replicate. Okay, 208, 205. And last one, 120. Okay, 210 and 208. All right, that's the end of this analysis of a different BMI partition. And then we're going to, in the next clip, look to put some of these ideas together. Obviously, there could be some win here if we have a lot of small things coming together, and that's what I'm interested in pursuing.